Greetings one and all to the most cursed, most cringiest corner of the internet. A YouTube channel content creator, actively alienating everyone in both the analog and digital world. Well, welcome and good evening, wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8. This is Let's Play Lunatic Whispers. OBS chance is working just fine. Let's hop into this. The success of certain actions in this game are decided by a dice roll. Luck will have to be on your side if you want to uncover the truth. A special ability can be unlocked by meeting a certain condition during one playthrough. Once unlocked, a button will appear at the bottom left corner of the screen to help you in your next playthrough. Decide your attributes. Luck, precision, willpower, sanity, strength, HP, knowledge, senses. Interesting. I don't know what's a good roll, or what skills I should prioritize over others. Seems... I mean, granted, if I could, I'd probably just have a perfect score and everything, but we'll go with this. Though, judging by all this, I would say in future playthroughs I'd want to do that. Since we got low precision, low knowledge, I'd want to try to get high on these things above everything else next. But let's see how that goes. Okay. Am I dreaming? I must be dreaming. Some kind of pale red mold is growing on my body. I hear an unfamiliar voice in my head. You and I are combining together, it says. Take a look for yourself. Suddenly it feels like something is about to burst out of my shoulder. I turn my head only to find that I've sprouted a pair of bony, translucent red wings. My torso is covered in a hard carapace, like I've only ever seen on the restaurant crabs before. Biblically accurate crabs. Well, I'll be seeing you, I try to tell myself. It's only a dream. Nothing but a nightmare. There's a sound of ragged, beast-like breathing close by. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Whoa. Hello? What was all that? I still couldn't remember, but the mists of sleep were starting to clear fast. I am chained to a bed? That's never a good sign. A needle. And what appears to be blood on the floor. Okay. Day 1. I don't want to go back to bed. I startle awake in bed, but not in my own room. I sit up and look around. Is this a hospital room? Where in the world am I? The air feels stagnant. It's definitely quiet, and I can't even tell if it's day or night outside. Still, with no idea how I got here, I try to move, but that's a lot of... That's kind of overdoing it, don't you think? I'm chained to the bed, secured in place by a pair of handcuffs. The cuffs are directly connected to the chains. I won't be going anywhere like this. A chill runs up my spine. What the heck is going on here? Look around. My arm has a red puncture mark on it. as if something were injected into me recently. The sight of it sends me in a panic. Why don't I know where that mark came from? I haven't forgotten who I am or anything. I just can't remember how I got into this situation. Just where did my memory cut out? The successive choices with a dice next to it are decided by a dice roll. The chance of success is determined by your stats. If you roll lower than the value given, the action will succeed. Remember, roll the d6. Last thing I remember, it was a normal day. I left the house to do something. After that, the rest is a blur. The word hospital floats up my mind, but its significance is lost on me. Suddenly, a plume of dark blue smoke starts rising from the corner of my room. Is the building on fire? Instead of dispersing, the foul-smelling gas congeals together as if it has a will of its own. A few seconds later, a monstrous beast, dripping with a blue, slimy liquid, stands before me. Well, this can't be good for me. It kind of looks like a puppy. Its long, thick tongue twists and rises in the air, almost like it's searching for something. It's one of the most repulsive things I've ever seen. Just looking at it makes me feel queasy. The thing turns its head toward me, and there's a sound like something slicing through the air. I barely have time to blink before its needle-like tongue pierces my chest, and I once again black out. And we're dead. Well, there's blood on the bed now. I woke up in the hospital bed, still chained in one place. Was it all a dream? I checked myself over, but there's no sign of any wound on my chest. I can feel myself starting to panic again. A pain, like nothing I've ever felt before, racking through my body. Streams of blood gushing out my nose and mouth, making it hard to breathe. If that thing was waiting for me in my dreams, I might never sleep again. But wait, something about that monster almost seemed familiar. Almost. I get the feeling I might have seen it before. I might have run from it before. There must be other things I'm forgetting besides just how I got here. Obtained memory piece. Several memory pieces can be found throughout the game. You can view the ones you've collected so far from the title screen. At any rate, I need to do something with these handcuffs. Still hanging around, huh? I give an involuntary start. The sound of the voice. I look around, but there's nobody else here. Sorry, didn't mean to spook you. Don't worry. I'm on your side. You want to get out of here, right? You'll need to get those cuffs open, then. Were they watching me on a surveillance camera? Somewhere? Who could this voice belong to? Seems like you don't trust me yet. Well, call on me when you're in the blind, okay? I'll help you out. I'll help you on out. Clearly, they're not going to tell me who they really are. I should just focus on escaping. The story may change depending on the success or failure of options with a d6 that is red. Force chains off with my... Well, I remember my strength and my... Well, actually, yeah. My things that it suck is perception and knowledge, so I shouldn't rely on those if I don't have to. We have okay enough strength, I think. Lux? Average. That's our best option. That is not a success. Can I try again? It doesn't work. The story may change depending on the... Okay, well, I have no choice now. Yay! One of the links is weak and rusted. It comes apart, and I'm able to get free. I get out of the bed. As I do, I check my watch. It says around 6 o'clock. But whether that's AM or PM, I can't tell. There aren't any windows in here. That can give me a view of the outside world to check. But that can wait until I put this place behind me. First and foremost, I need to escape from this room. I forget how I escaped from the chains. Like luck was something. But I already forgot what it was. Am I supposed to click on this? I own nothing. Okay. Well, that's useful. Because I'm bound to forget that. So my luck stat isn't much worse than my strength stat. I assume this is a save? Maybe? Oh, load, okay. Okay. A syringe has been left on the bedside table. There are still some drops of liquid on the tip. Did somebody drug me to keep me here? A hospital bed. The frame is made from metal rods. There's a fresh blood stain on the sheets. Okay, look somewhere else. A regular wooden door like you'd find in any modern building. We should check around the place first. A hospital gown is hanging up inside the closet. Also, there's a small bottle with a single pill inside. The label says mental stabilizer. We'll keep it. A refrigerator. There's nothing inside. Okay. Well, thankfully I didn't take additional damage. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else I can... Floor is cold and rough to the touch. There's a patch of blood here. This is starting to dry. Look closer. Somebody's tried to write something with this blood. All I can make out is the word shot. It's dried, right on the floor, and will probably leave a stubborn stain. Dried blood added to archive. Important information you uncovered during your investigation. Restored in the archive. You can view the archive anytime from the main menu. I wouldn't spend too much time looking at the stuff if I were you. Okay. Take a pill. I can feel my stress and anxiety easing up a little. Don't do drugs. Open door. It's locked. Fuck. On the other side. I might be able to climb through the window if I can break the glass. All of that sounds painful. Maybe I can find something in this room to help with that. I mean, if I'm going to break glass, let's use a refrigerator. I mean, it's not a big-ass fridge. It looks like it's a mini fridge, so I can at least lift that up. Everyone's like, well, would you be able to break it if it wasn't a mini fridge? Yes. Here's the thing. A mini fridge, you lift up, you do a squat, and then you just shot put the fucking mini fridge into the glass. If it was a full-size fridge, you'd basically do semi-circle half turns over and over until you had an angle where you just like push it onto its side and have it, you know, fall into the glass. Okay. I mean, I could also wrap the chain around my fist. Granted, it's also attached to the bed. Okay. Oh, God. I mean, I could use the frame of the bed. I mean... Oh, I'm actually going to unscrew part of the rod. The rods are hollow and fairly flexible. I'm able to pry decent size... I mean, yes, at least that's good hand-eyed. I mean, I could use the syringe or the rod as a weapon. Heck, if I can get the chain, I can wrap it around my hand and use like brass knuckles. But, or like a piano wire type thing. Everyone's like, stop making references to assassin video games. I'm like, well, that's the point of video game. I'm still saying use the mini fridge to break through the door. Obtain steel rod. Okay, well, I would rather use the fridge to break through the door, but fine. Heck, I'm able to break it off the hinges. Regular wooden door like you find... Oh, yeah, definitely if it's a wooden door. I could break it with the cabinet even. Okay, break window. Smash glass of rod. I see a corridor on the other side. Taking care not to cut myself in these shards. I scram up. That would be much harder than you make it sound. Taking care not to cut myself on any stray shards, I scramble out to freedom. Well done. Keep up the good work now. Where are you? Just where am I? Who brought me here and why? Who was that strange voice, and could I really count on their help? The only thing I know for sure is that I don't want to repeat of that nightmare from earlier. Whatever this place is, and whatever it might try to throw at me, I'm getting out of here. Okay. Day 1. Result. Okay. Information of the story and in-depth details that are not discussed in the main story when unlocked based on the remaining sanity value when each day is cleared. Try to look for sanity value recovery medicine and avoid actions that give you a bad feeling. The sanity value is restored each day. The unlocked information can be viewed from the book thingy on the title screen. Okay. Next day. Day 2. Exiting the room, I find myself in a dim, grimy-looking corridor. There are several doors on either side of it. Looks like I was right. This really is a hospital. Hello? What is this? As I'm looking around, a strange metal object appears in front of me, suspended in midair. It has a complex geometric structure that makes me feel uneasy somehow. I can't bring myself to look at it head on. Almost like my brain finds it too confusing to process. Object. Stuff I don't know how to pronounce. Weird noises fill the air. They're coming from the object. It sounds like a recording, but the words and rhythm are totally alien to me. Even as I stand there trying to comprehend what's going on, the object fades right out of existence. Hey, what's the holdup? Apparently whoever was speaking to me in my head didn't see it. I guess they aren't completely all-seeing after all. That's almost comforting. I look at my watch. It's now 2 o'clock. Wait, 2? Wasn't it only 6 o'clock when I woke up? I can't have spent more than an hour in the first room. Is it broken? Don't dawdle. If you don't make it out of here soon, you'll just get caught by those bad people again. Bad people? Huh. I wonder what gives them the right to make that distinction. What floor is this, do you think? Maybe you should make finding a stairwell your first priority. Okay. This is inconvenient. The end of the door, of course, is blocked off by a solid-looking metal gate. I can see a stairwell on the other side. The stairs leading up are blocked by rubble. By the way down, the lower floors are clear. Looks like you'll need a large key for this. Okay. This wall is heavily damaged and has a gaping hole in it. I can see a weird prismatic light pulsing on the other side. What is that? The door is slightly ajar. The scratches on the floor lead into this room. A badly damaged door. Don't do it. It's not safe for you in there. I wonder how the voice could possibly know that. The vagueness of its warning only makes me dread the feeling I'm feeling even stronger. What in the world is in this room? I have terrible perception, so... Make a save. Because so far we haven't fucked anything up. The text on the different nameplates and notices is worn away. I can't make anything out. Okay. A patch of light red mold is growing at the bottom of the door. Open door. Dead dude. Okay, well this is... okay. The door opens and I'm immediately assaulted by an unpleasant rotting smell. The next thing I notice is the figure slumped motionless in the middle of the floor. Even in the dark I can tell it's a person. The mold I saw on the floor earlier is growing all over them. They must have been dead for a while. That mold looks familiar too. Didn't I have a nightmare where it was growing on me? The corpse is covered in mold. I can see traces of a hospital gown underneath. Was this person another patient here? Look closer. There could be something useful here. I fight back my nausea and inspect the corpse. There's a notebook on the floor underneath it. It looks like some kind of journal, written in a rough, uneven hand. I checked myself in with a fever, but the doctor told me I have some kind of rare disease I'd never even heard of and put me in quarantine. The hospital even offered to cover the costs themselves, so at least I don't have to worry about that. Apparently my condition is rare, but not incurable. They're going to contact my work to let them know I'll be off sick for a while. That's a load off my mind. I'll be able to rest up and recover in peace. If only they'd give me something better than the nasty blue paste to eat. What's up with this hospital anyway? The way the nurses treat me? You'd think I was some kind of animal, not a patient that they should be caring for. I get examined practically every day, but apart from the occasional shot, there is no sign of any actual treatment. I'm getting used to the food, though. It's always the same doctor who gives me my shots. I can't stand the way he shrugs off all my questions. Why is a pediatrician treating me anyway? Is this some kind of joke? No shots for a while. Just tasty blue paste. I ate the key. So good. Serves him right. Mold on me. Corpse's notebook added to the archive. Okay. Well, there is a book inside you. There's a key. The corpse is covered in mold. I can see traces of hospital gown underneath. This will probably cut them open for a key. An empty syringe sits on the table. The glass barrel was broken and totally unusable. Okay. I don't know what that is. Contains several bottles of a blue paste-like substance. I am not going to try some. Fuck that. I will leave that shit alone. Standard issue hospital, the mattress is covered in a layer of light red mold. This reminds me it was sunny this morning. I hung up my futon on the balcony to air it out. Better hope it doesn't rain while you're away. I didn't say any of that out loud. That voice could be just someone watching me on the surveillance camera. It's almost as if it's really inside my head. A memo for the hospital staff is pinned to the door of the spry patient's room. The door is locked. Well, I guess we don't have a choice. Into the scary room. Listen. Yay, I succeed somehow. I gently put my ear to the door. I hear a... I hear a low growling coming from the other side. Whether they're growls or pain anger, I don't want to mess with whatever's making them. I don't think I should open this door. Oh, I don't even have the option to be dumb. But I've only had that option if I failed. Well, I don't think I have a choice. Okay. This room is bigger than the patient rooms. Everywhere I look are strange instruments and equipment like something out of a sci-fi movie. What stands out the most is a pair of metal cylinders in the middle of the room. Through the windows on the front, I can see a person sealed in each of them. Hi! Double hi. I can see their lips moving, but I don't know what they're saying. The cylinders must be soundproof, so each of you are actually inside these. Okay. You seem startled, but I don't know if that's because of me or because you guys are in giant tubes. How do you guys sleep anyway? Is it like slightly reclined and you got like pillows and stuff? Do you guys like have earbuds? Let's say ASMR in there. It's soundproof, so I guess maybe they just have speakers in there. They don't seem dangerous though. Yeah, they seem fucking scared out of their minds. I move a little closer. Yeah, I wouldn't describe these people as dangerous or malevolent. I would describe them as fucking panicked and basically begging me for help. And I'm like, don't ask me for help. I don't know what to do. Unless you're scared of me, at which point I'm like, I'm sorry I look so ugly. Oh, by the way, your little neck. What are those called in? It's not a bracelet. What? Why can't I remember what that's called? It's not a necklace. Choker? No, that's not the right word either. What's the right word for that? Dog? It's not a fucking dog collar. Fucking asshole. I don't know. You guys look cool though. But I don't know what to do. I mean, I can't just break the glass in your cylinder and because I don't think it's big enough for a person to fit through. How do I open your guys' really awkward futons? Hey, you're not one of them, right? You gotta help me. I have no idea why they put me in here, but I don't want to stick around to find out. Finally, someone normal. Thank you. I guess I kind of needed that. Please let me out. I don't think I can last much longer. They're suffering. These two are prisoners here, just like I was. I have to get them out of here. Out of there. Okay. There are controls written in a language I've never seen before. I can't tell what anything does, but there is a slot big enough for a key card to fit inside. Maybe I can find the key for this around here somewhere. Okay. Futuristic looking machine. If I knew how to use it, maybe I could open the cylinders. The two seem desperate. I noticed something that looks like a control panel next to the cylinder. A book. A thick medical textbook. I flip it open and find a small key, which between the pages. Pages! Obtain small key. Okay, but it's not a key card. A messy pile of medical documents. I imagine they're just like sitting there staring at me like, I'm like, guys, you can point to the key if you know where it is. Messy pile of medical documents. A chart on the top catches my eye. It states the name of a patient, Hatsumi Amasawa, along with some other information. Hospitalized at family's request due to abnormal skin irritation. The attending doctor's name is Shinjo. Okay. The shelves are lined with bottles, pills of medicine. Label 1 says mental stabilizer. I will take pill. We'll double check this. We'll see if the key can do it. Key card. Yeah. Well, this said this thing was locked. So go to save. The door is locked. I have a key. The small key I found might open the door. So might my fist. Open door. Okay. Ah, someone put a smiley face. It seems to be a locker for the hospital staff to keep their belongings. I have a feeling you'll find something good in here. Like Pepsi? I mean, is it going to be cold? I mean, might have to put it in a refrigerator. This locker's owner decorated with stickers. It's not locked, the door swings open easily. Inside is a sheet of paper, notepad, something written on it. I heard Mizuki is taking some time off. I thought she was really making progress with Dr. Shinjo. Too, do you think he turned her down, Alice, like, romantically? Must have been whoever owned this locker. It's not locked. Door swings open. A detailed list of who is stuck inside the door. But why would... I mean, it's convenient for me, but why would anybody have that? Okay. I'm never going to remember this. Okay, 1, which is Nanase, which is what I read. 2 is Kimura, which is who has a list of everything. 3 is Psyche. 4 is the Dr. Shinjo. 5 is out of use. 6 is empty. It also appears really tall. 7 is Mizuki. 8 is Arasu, the one with the smiley face. Then we have Kaneko. 9. And 10 is out of use. 11 is empty. 12 is empty. Locker sounds out of the archive. Okay. It says they're empty, but I'm gonna check anyway. Nothing inside. Nothing inside. Why is this one full of, like, I don't know, cupcakes or something? I'm just gonna open it like Pinkie Pie will come out. What is this? Notice pinned to wall reminding staff to take over all personal belongings by 10/21. Okay. I think we're past that date. Okay, 3. Notebook, handwriting, precise, distinctive. Observations, May 1st, depending on if this is Europe or America, because different parts of the world write dates differently. But I assume this is... Okay, yeah, it's American style. Everyone's like, stop making it sound dumb. I'm like, yeah. Director begins taking more and more time off. Director visits old mining city. Research. Access to basement prohibited. Shinjo announces new research project. Shinjo seen muttering to himself about transcendent beauty in the locker room. Rumors about the hospital closure spread. This is ridiculous. Director's clearly crazy. And is Shinjo just a pawn in all this? Pawn in all this? I'll give him one more chance to stop this madness or take my findings to the authorities. Locker 3 notebook. Okay, time to read the crazy mad scientist thing. Mold growing around the handle. The door is locked. I don't know if that's a good idea. Pick the lock. Apparently it's like your score is so bad you're not even allowed to try. It's like we know you're gonna... Okay, it says out of use. I don't think I can get this one open. Okay. This locker's numbers come loose. Mold growing around the handle. The door is locked. The locker's owner decorated with stickers. It's not locked. The door swings open easily. Inside is a sheet of paper from out of the notepad. Something written on it. Did you hear one of the cases went missing from the basement? Obviously, none of us had anything to do with it. Those old ones must have miscounted or something. Can't believe Dr. Shinjo gets along with those things. What a team player. I hope he doesn't catch anything from them. Nase. Letter 8, add an archive. Various personal belongings are piled up inside. Nothing stands out as useful. It says out of use. I don't think I can get this one open. Okay, what's the cupcake one have? It's not locked and the door is already open cracked. The moment I open it up, a weird prismatic light spills out and totally fills my vision. The bizarre riot of colors makes me feel quizzy. Before I know it, I've passed out. When I come to, I'm in an unearthly city full of huge, towering buildings. The whole place is underwater, but I'm not having any trouble breathing. I mean, yeah, let's look around. Fuck! I noticed something clinging to a nearby pillar, a fish-like creature with thick, sinewy arms and legs. Its dark, limpid eyes project outwards slightly, swiveling around as it surveys its surroundings. Its bulbous lips flap back and forth, as if it's muttering something. I slip away before the creature can notice me. Light filtering down from the surface glints on something. It's a small metallic object. Obtained thin metal object. Okay, what am I going to fucking use it for? Whatever this is, it could be useful. I grip it firmly in my hand and head for the surface. Hello? What was that just now? Hallucination? But I still have the metal object I found. Part of it must have been real, at least. Feeling better? I figure you'll be able to get more done now. Okay. So, can we drug trip again? Just an empty locker. Well, let's see what this does. Pick the lock. Well, that's what the metal object's needed for. Let's try this. Yay! Grab the handle and pull as hard as I can. The door opens. Inside is a lab coat and a pile of ring binders. Looking binder. Each binder is full of photos ranged by date and time. They're most likely meant to show recovery progress of different injuries and conditions. All the patients appear to be children. Am I also a children? I mean, that person also was like... Or are you guys just like really old? Like, are we dealing like eldritch beings that are thousands of years old? So I guess, I don't know. I accidentally hit a button. I didn't get a chance to read that. More disturbing, each photo is between 1 and 5 stars drawn on it. Is there a way to go back and read what I already... Like, what's this? Okay. There are even some of their inside. There are even some of their insides. What, like, intestines? Like, are dead people? Is it normal for a Dr. Carey... Okay, so... You have pictures of people's mutilated corpses? Or, like, during surgery when they're cut open? 1 in 5 what? What? Is it like reaction to medication? Are these ratings? Is it like, oh, this person reacted well to penicillin, this person did not? I still feel like that's not very professional. The lab coat has several patches of light red mold growing on it. I feel around in one of the pockets and find an electronic keycard! Yay! Good job. Thank you, supportive of voice in my head. Okay. I now have the power to save you guys. The controls are written in, like, I don't know, Vietnamese. For some reason. Insert card. I insert the key card in the slot. Lock on the cylinders and release. The 2 prisoners stumble out. Phew, nice work. You're a real lifesaver. Thank you for saving us. I couldn't even put a crack in the glass, let alone... Did you hurt yourself? You shouldn't be trying to break glass with your bare hands or head. I mean, I understand your desperation, but please don't hurt yourself. Just who are you? I have no idea. Hey, what are you doing here? Hungry. I'm hungry. But I haven't found any pizza or Pepsi. So, yeah. We'll figure that out, right? If you would let us out, you're probably not working with whoever put us here, right? I lived in that room right over there. You guys have a better chance of knowing who I am than I know who you are. Speaking of which, can we exchange names? I'll go first. I don't know. I answer the young man's flurry of questions as best I can. I recount everything that's happened to me since I woke up here. Everything that is, except for the part about the voice in my head. Okay, seems like you're not lying. But there is something you're hiding from us, isn't there? Really? How can you tell? Hey now, I'm not ready to trust either of you just yet. For now, let's just say seeing through deception is my specialty. How did you guys end up here? I don't really remember. It's all a blur. That's good enough for me. Seems there's a thing we all share, though. The injection marks. Wow, you're right. But I don't remember getting any shots. Did someone do this while I was asleep? Most likely, yeah. Could be they took some blood samples or gave us some kind of drug. I'll say this, one thing that sucks as I've gotten older is I had to go to the doctor more and more often, and I keep having to get more and more injections and blood drawn and IVs and other surgical things occurring, and I hate it, and it's miserable. Without our permission, but that's illegal. I mean, yeah, abducting us and holding us against our will isn't exactly on the up and up either, you know. And I'm starving. I don't think I can last much longer without getting a bite to eat. That's what you meant. I'm so confused. What? I feel like I missed context. Yeah, I still feel like I'm missing context. Anyway, when did I get your name? Raiji? I think it's Raiji. Anyway, I think those marks are proof enough that we're all in the same boat. The name's Raiji. What do I call you guys? I'm Hatsume. I feel like that name's familiar. Nice to meet you. I introduced myself to new allies. Do I have a name? Or it's just like, okay, we're Lunar. Okay, cool. Can I talk to my party? We're done with these. Okay. Guys. Well, I'm gonna go take my metal tube and stab a dude. Probably should have did this while you guys are still in the cabinet. Not a cabinet, a cylinder. That way you guys wouldn't be freaked out. Then it would probably make me look like a serial killer coming in with a fucking metal tube covered in blood. Probably on me as well, because can't say I'd be very tidy on that. Okay, guys, I don't know what to do. Make a save, because whatever I do next will probably be wrong. It will probably result in something bad occurring. Floor tiles cracked and flaky. Looks like something has been dragged across them. Okay. I don't know what to do. Hatsumi. Large crack in the wall. Okay. Are they just walking around with me, or? I don't know what to do. Guys! Well, this could be bad. Open door. I decided to tell the others about the growling I heard behind the door. That's a good idea. Growling, huh? What if it's someone who's been locked up in there? Just like we were. Based on what the voice in my head told me, I doubt whatever is in there is friendly. We can't tell them that part, but we can say, hey, I think there's a good chance whatever's in there might try to kill us. I know how crazy that would sound, so for now, I just tell them I have a bad feeling about it. I'm like, hey guys, I can't tell you that the voices in my head are warning me about this. I can just say, hey guys, the growling did not sound friendly. Yes, there's a chance there's somebody in there that needs our help. There's also a chance that whoever's in there might try to kill us. And I am not a black belt in karate. So unless we have like Mike Tyson here to back us up, I don't feel safe going in this room. Ooh, do you have like a sixth sense or something? That's so cool. Again, I feel like I'm constantly missing things. Okay. Okay, so we at least know that you were put here because you had some sort of skin rash. And you might actually work here. And you might be like, I don't know. You might be like evil. You might be Shinjo. I don't know. You're awfully chipper all of a sudden. Hee I love spooky supernatural stuff. This gives me a big chance to see some in real life. Hey, try to keep some perspective here, alright? Probably know our kidnapper could be in there. Either go hide somewhere or get ready for a fight. No problem. I was on the track and field team at school, and I know karate too. Okay. Hatsumi hops up back and forth on the spot before launching into an impressive standing high kick. Okay, so we have like Chun-Li with us. Okay. Just to look at her, I had no idea she'd be so athletic, especially being locked in a fucking cylinder. Whoa, seriously? Didn't anyone ever tell you not to judge a book by its cover? Show some respect. Sorry about that, Miss Hatsume. We'll be counting on you. Sounds like we're all in this together. Okay, and... Guys. I say we close the door and walk away. Inside the room is some kind of monster covered in light red mold. It stands almost 10 feet high, and although it stands on two legs, it looks anything but human. It is wearing either a hospital gown or denim clothes, but honestly, it's not a hospital gown, because what kind of hospital gives you pants? I've worn hospital gowns. With the bony carapace, it's more like some kind of mutant crab or alien insect. Yeah, I definitely feel you there, Hatsume. That's the same face I'm making. Now you're like, oh, what, Lunar, what if you were in that real life situation? I would have already died of a heart attack while pissing myself to death. I would literally already be dead on the ground from a heart attack, covered in my own piss. What the hell is that? Looking at it again, the creature is wearing a nurse's uniform and a large key around its neck. Are you fucking kidding me? I would rather punch the metal bars until they break than fucking fight this thing for a key. Huh? Hey, that key. It looks like it might fit the gate blocking off the stairs. We'll just ask her really nicely. This will be our chance to escape. We have to think of a way to get it. About that! The thing's pretty scary, but I think I should go distracted. I don't feel comfortable letting you do that. Even if you are, like, Chun-Li Street Fighter level, I don't want you to die. You must have nerves of steel. Just like that thing makes me want to hurl. Just like that, we have a plan. First, Hatsumi will draw the creature's attention. I will say this. Their reactions make me trust them both. Because here's the thing. The fact that they're at least scared of this fucking thing at least means they're normal. Hatsumi will draw the creature's attention. Is she gonna die? While she's doing that, Raiji and I will try to steal the key. The monster's blank gaze fixed on us and lumbers forward. Okay. Don't make this a time limit thing. What is this? Fucking... What are we in, Persona? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so fucked. Observe. The creature sways back and forth on its long, gangly legs. It won't attack just yet. I used my turn. Well, at least you have a better chance than that, but... Evade? Fuck! Try to gauge the creature's movements, but are too distracted by its monstrous form. Okay. Distract creature. Yay! Hatsumi kicks upward at the creature's jaw. It doesn't do any damage, but the beast is now squarely focused on her. This creature swayed back and forth on its long, gangly legs, watching every move that Hatsumi makes. Well, this is going to be awful. Take key. Fuck. This is going to be painful. You reach out for the key around the creature's neck, but it notices you and jerks away. Okay, well, at least he has a chance. Yay! You reach out for the key around the creature's neck. You take the key. What was the fucking prism thing for a moment? Obtain large key. And we just, like, closed him in there with the light wooden fucking door that's already broken. We managed to grab the key safely. Who'd have thought we'd run straight into a straight-up monster here? Got goosebumps. I've never seen anything like that online yokai database. I've never seen anything like that on the online yokai database. Could it be a new species? It was kind of ragged, but that was the nurse uniform it was wearing, wasn't it? Here's the thing, though. It didn't attack us. And granted, yes, even a good person, if they are deranged by drugs, will very well attack. I mean, heck, one time you get trained, like, granted, I haven't gone swimming in like a decade, so I don't really remember how to swim properly. But at one point I was certified in how to, you know, be a lifeguard and how to resuscitate people and, you know, swim a mile straight without stopping, which, oh my goodness, I couldn't do that anymore. And all that stuff. But usually a dangerous thing is when you're trying to save somebody, even if they're a good-meaning person, if they're panicking, they're likely to drown whoever's trying to rescue them. It's the same way like people that are police or soldiers. You know, you are not supposed to take unnecessary risks. Like, heck, like the main reason why you're supposed to pull over into a different lane when you're passing by a cop pulling someone over is because there's a statistic at one point where there were so many police officers that were just getting hit by people driving past pulled over people. It's just... Or heck, you see a car accident in the middle of the road, there's a good chance running across the street to try to get to them. I mean, how are you going to save someone if you're also, you know, run over? Or how are you going to save somebody out of a burning building if you burn to death? And then, of course, if somebody else who's a professional comes to try to save you, well, now they're wasting their time saving you rather than saving the person that you tried to help. So because you tried to save the person's life, now they're going to die. Which, again, I'm still saying you should try to help people, but again, you know, one, put your own safety first, and two, do keep in mind there is a chance you could make things worse. So just use common sense. But the main point is this. If the person didn't attack us, it either means that they are too delirious over what has occurred to them. Like at this point, that was a person. I mean, maybe the person's having too much of a fucking mental breakdown to react to the rest of the world. Or it could be that the person was a normal person who was just maybe a bit depressed or in the corner and unable to react, or possibly even dead. And we all three just hallucinated them as being a monster. But the main point is this. It's actually, in the same way it makes me trust these two more, the fact that they were so scared of the monster, because it makes me feel that they are, by them having those vulnerabilities, I feel less scared of them. as potential threats to myself, and more that they are sane. So I feel that they are less likely to be violent to me, and they are less likely to, to have a psychotic break. Now, granted, yes, they're obviously on edge about seeing such a thing, but the fact that they do have a reaction to it means that they are relatively sane, well-adjusted people. Simply put, they're not overreacting and they're not underreacting. But also the fact that, granted, I'm not saying I wanted the monster to attack us. I'm just saying it didn't even seem to try. So it makes me feel like there's something going on that we don't understand. And everyone's like, oh, that's an understatement, Lunar. Like, I know. I have a feeling whatever's going on here is worse than we thought. If we run any more of those things, I don't even want to think about it. Come on, let's hurry up and get out of here. Okay, well, we can do that now. Still, this person said they ate a key. I was expecting to take like a metal tool and, dig it out of them. Unlock. Stairs leading up blocked by rubble. We should go head down floors below. Here's hoping that we can make it to the exit without running into anyone, or any more of those monsters. I can't afford to waste time hanging around here. Come to think of it, how long do you think we've been here? I still have no idea what day it is. Did we have like an apocalypse thing happen? Are you guys clones? I mean, why else were you in tubes? Do I look normal? Do you guys also hear the voices in my head? Still have no idea what day it is. I watched this 5 o'clock, but it's hard to believe we're on that floor for 3 whole hours. I'm hoping it's not more than a day or two. I'm going to be in serious trouble with my boss otherwise, not to mention my professors. I think at the point that you've been kidnapped or in a hospital or have a medical condition or a car accident, I think they can understand. If not, they're dicks. Fuck them. Oh, are you a college student too? I just started this year. Yeah, it's my 3rd year, so I've really got to make it count. Wait, what did the deadline for last time passed while I was in there? I think that it might be decades in the future. Also, my concept of time seems terrible. Also, I'm really thirsty. Can you have a Pepsi or a Red Bull, something with caffeine, please? I seem to be passing in and out due to my watch saying times that don't make fucking sense. We've had a locker full of Red Bull and a cracked wall full of Red Bull. I was about to drink the blue paste stuff. No, thank you. This sucks. I'd rather die than have to take this Urian. Just think of all the time. I don't think. Please rephrase that, man. Please. I'd rather die than have to take this year again. Buddy? Just think of all that time and money, right? I mean, I understand college has gotten unbelievably expensive to the point that nobody can afford it. But, and it's a lot of pressure and time and energy, but please be mindful of our circumstances, buddy. Buddy, come on. Just think of all that time and money right down the drain. This was the most I'd ever seen Ragey panic. He'd been so calm and collected before. I think it's more of the same way I use dark humor to sort of dissuade against feeling upset over very depressing or distressing topics. I think he's using the dark humor. I don't think he's panicking about his school. I think Raiji's actually he's panicking about our current circumstances, and in order to not sound or seem so scared to us, as well as to reassure himself, to take his mind off of it, he's making his mind think about stuff that isn't so important. And him saying I'd rather die isn't him saying he'd rather die. It's him saying I'm acknowledging how fucking dangerous this situation is and how fucking scared I am, but I'm trying to comfort myself by making it sound like this other thing that's not important is more important. Not because I take this lightly, but because I'm freaking the fuck out, and this is my only means of calming myself down. He'd been so calm and collected before. You must be the same age as my brother then. Junior year sounds really tough. Maybe he is your brother. You've got to write your thesis and start applying for jobs and all that stuff. Classes in the science faculty are pretty hardcore, too. Anyway, let's get going. Moving. Raiji continues to gripe while we descend the stairs. He's careful to tell Hatsumi to watch her step, and be careful with the damaged floors, though. Hee, thanks for looking out for me. You can be a real gentleman when you want to be. You should watch yourself, too. I don't want anything happening to your body. Thanks, mysterious voice. Please give me positive things to say. Even if we're sharing a body, please acknowledge my low self-esteem and try to make it better. That voice again. What does it want with me? And how far is it willing to go to help me? I still don't trust it, but if it can get me out of here, that's good enough for me. We carry on towards the ground floor. Day 2. Win! Okay, we have succeeded. Yay. Next day. Day 3. Dun dun dun. Okay. We walked down the stairs as quietly as... So did we all just fall asleep at this landing? Still on guard against anything that might appear. Huh? I think I heard voices just now. Was it my imagination? Okay, can I make a save? No? Well, fuck you. Fuck! I can't hear anything. I guess it was nothing after all. I ask others if they can hear anything. Huh? Like what? I'm not picking up anything, and my hearing's not better than most people's. Oh, don't tell me you have really sharp senses, too. Forget it. Let's keep moving. Fuck! Suddenly a violent shaking rocks the entire building. What part of the world do we live in? Then again, there are cracks in all the walls. Well, an earthquake? The walls start falling down all around us. In the blink of an eye, the way forward has been blocked behind a pile of rubble. That was close, and it looks like the ceiling might still collapse any second now. Maybe we should look for another way out? We decide to take a look around the safest floor we have access to. Like the last one we visited, it's in a state of severe disrepair. There's a hole in the floor that spans the entire width of the corridor. It's so deep and dark, I can't even see the bottom. Raiji throws a pebble into it, but there's no sound of it hitting the floor below. This building must be really tall, huh? It didn't seem that tall before. Sounds like Raiji knows more about this place than he's telling. I don't suppose anyone wants to try climbing down through this. I have still yet to hear a fucking sound from that pebble. I am not doing that. That sounds scary. Absolutely not. It looks like there's another staircase on the other side, though if only this hole wasn't there. Hi, Man of War jellyfish. While we try to think of our next move, the strange metal object from before appears again. Okay. Weird noise filled the air there coming from the object. I have no idea what it's trying to tell me. Hey, you okay? Hehehe, you're kind of like a cat staring into space like that. Although my dog does it too. These two can't see it either. Why does it only appear to me? There's only one thing to do then. You're not going to jump that, are you? Please don't. No, 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 it's... Asumi backs away from the hole, then dashes forward and jumps. She clears the gaping chasm like it was nothing more than a slight inconvenience. You've got to be kidding me. Alright, now it's your turn. I am not in track and field. I'm pretty sure I don't have the guts to attempt to jump like that. Overhaul. I mean, even if I had the ability to do so, I wouldn't have the guts. But even if I had the guts, I don't have the ability. I can't even feel any airflow coming from it. If I fell in, there'd be no coming back. Raiji seems just as hesitant as I am. Yeah. I mean, I'm not in bad shape exactly, and this would be a heck of a way to test my luck. Okay, here I go. Doing complete 180, Raiji rushes the hole and leaps with all his might. I mean, that is a good strategy to go with. I mean, the longer you take to think about it, the more you're going to be fucking freaked out, so The more you just jump straight into it right away, less time to be scared, right? He lands unsteadily on one leg, but after correcting his balance, he's back on solid ground. The trick is to shift your center of gravity down right before you leave the ground. And try not to look at the floor. Look ahead and up a little. Hatsu's track and field experience is really coming in handy. I'm starting to feel like this might not be so impossible after all. I wish you'd told me all that before I tried it. Jump success rate went up by 20%. Just go for it. If you mess up, I'll work something out. Okay. 90%. Okay. Yay. I do some light stretch, psych myself up, and break into a dash. I kick off from the ground and throw all my weight forward. Against all odds, I cleared the hole and land safely on the other side. See? I knew you could do it. At least one of us did. Glad that's over. Let's move on. We should try to find a way out. Is this floor full of Pepsi? Floor Pepsi? Large crack on the floor, probably caused by earthquake. There's an odd prismatic light pulsing inside it. What is that? I'll look closer. I find an old book wedged in the floor crack. It says, I like to pet kittens. We don't have the time to sit around and read right now. Oh, on the other hand, it might contain some information that can help us escape. Read book. Choose who will roll or perform this action. If the first ally fails, the others will be able to try. Okay, well, Raiji has the best success possibility. Yay. Is German for nameless cults. We skim through it for anything useful. Outside of the unknown universe, the wicked outer gods dwell, writhing in cosmic chaos. When they awaken, mankind's fleeting time prosperity will come to an abrupt end. So, 2024. Gotcha. Amongst the other occult ramblings, one page has several sticky notes attached to it. It describes something called a shoggoth. That reminds me, there was an ASMR about having a shoggoth maid taking care of you. And everyone's like, Lunar, that sounds like a horny, degenerate thing. And I'm like, not completely. I mean, yes, it is, but it's also relaxing. I'll put a link to it in the description. Everyone's like, we don't want to listen to your ASMR. I'm like, I mean, I'm not going to make you click it. It's just going to be there. The corresponding illustration shows a formless creature dripping with viscous, iridescent fluid. Yeah. What a weird book. I wonder who could have dropped it here. Hospi looks at the sinister tome like it's some... I mean, yeah, you do have an interest in that. That's understandable. That's, honestly, I think it's a normal reaction. I mean, I'm somebody who goes, Dungeons & Dragons stores and gets, books on various lore. I mean, heck, I've made videos where I've, read excerpts of random, lore books I have that have nothing to do with any game I'm ever going to play. I just think, hey, look, this is fun to read. I still think Bruce Campbell from the Evil Dead series would hate me. It's like, dude, why are you reading the Necronomicon? Because I want to read it? I think my grandma had a copy of this too. I was hoping she'd leave it to me in her will, but my mom wouldn't allow it. Her grandma sounds like a fun old lady. Okay. Well, it will make a shame. What is this? A closet for fire hydrant and other emergency supplies. I mean, something else. Maybe what? Okay. I suddenly find myself in a lush mountainous area. And I'm not alone. A ginormous monster is here too, blocking my path forward. Its anatomy doesn't seem to follow any kind of logic. It's just a mass of eyes and tentacles. Whenever it moves, it scatters a stinking black body liquid all around. Without warning, the beast propels itself forward on its thick, stubby legs. It's coming right at me. Run. Well, I mean, okay. And yay! I desperately scramble up the nearest slope and dive into a nearby cabin. I can still hear the monster stomping around outside. I find an old hand axe left behind by the cabin's last resident and grab it. As I stand by the door, ready to do or die, my head starts to feel fuzzy again. Just like that, I'm back in the hospital, crouching next to the fire hydrant. Obtained hand axe! Where'd you get that? Was it in there with the other supplies? I mean, it would make sense. None of the others experienced the weird, dreamlike state. Who knows what they think if I try to describe it to them. I decide to stay quiet for now. Yay. I have a hand axe. It's called a hatchet! It is called a hatchet! Okay. This seems to be some kind of... Ooh, I think that was one of those flashback thingies. Is that an aquarium? Why are there fishies? Okay, stay focused. This seems to be some kind of lab. It's full of various documents and medical supplies. There's also an empty fish tank in the corner. But no fishy. Okay. Lump of slick iridescent goo is stuck to one of the panes. Several empty medicine bottles are scattered around on the floor. The labels all say, Transmutation Catalyst. A catalyst is something that increases the rate of a chemical's reaction. In other words, this stuff speeds up how fast something changes, I guess. I mean, yeah, that's accurate. Bottles of pills and lozenges. One of them is full of liquid biological solvent. So, are you telling me that's an organic acid? Test solvent. No, thank you. That is not safe to do. The shelves are lined with bottles of powdered medicine. They all look the same to me. I can't tell if any of them would be useful. Not much we can do without proper medical knowledge. True. I mean, some of these might not even be medicine at all. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of dangerous to fuck with any sort of medical shit if you don't know what the fuck it is. Various sundry items are stored in here. There's something that looks like a toy gun. Hey, that's a stun gun. It is? It's so different from how they look in the comics and stuff. The real ones are more like what you'd see in a big action movies. It shoots electrodes into the target and incapacitate them. Non-lethally, of course. You can still kill people with those. You just gotta be careful. But it's less lethal. It's less lethal. It's not non-lethal. It's less lethal. Ooh, we should take it with us. Do you think it would work on monsters? Maybe. I'll hang on to it. I've got the best aim out of the three of us. Technically true. It's out of ammo, but maybe we can find some. So we need like batteries. So do I just like throw some double A's into that or what? Numerous files documents have been crammed into these shelves. One is titled Shoggoth Cell Research. It's written in thin, spidery handwriting. The fungoid visitors from Yugoth gifted me with an iridescent black substance. It apparently contains DNA from an organism known as the shoggoth, each of its cells being one capable of autonomous evolution. Damaged tissue can be repaired near instantaneously. New organs can even be grown practically from scratch. If we could harness these cells, it could open the door to superhuman abilities. I mean, on the surface, that sounds really good. You know, you could save lives. You could even help evolve the human race to make it better than ever. You could also kill everyone. I mean, it's like biological roulette. Or it's a genetic roulette. Because, like, we technically can do, like, genetic modification on plants and stuff. But the thing is, anytime you change, like, one part of a genetic sequence, you could cause a chain reaction. I mean, it's neat that you can genetically modify certain aspects of food to make it more nutritious, or grow under better conditions, or be less likely to carry some sort of parasite, or to genetically modify a person to be less likely to, say, get cancer. But one, that's even if it works the way you want, which it might not. And two, again, genetic roulette. Every time you change something in a genetic sequence, you can inadvertently cause many other changes to occur. And then, of course, as that goes genetically from generation to generation, the kinds of changes that can occur can not only become greater, like ones that already exist could, become more pronounced. You could also have new changes in seemingly random ways. So I'm like just saying, it's a fascinating, amazing idea that could save lots of lives, but it's really, really risky. It's kind of saying it. Like, I feel like nuclear power plants, those sound like a really great idea, but I feel like I feel like nuclear power plants are a good idea as long as maintenance and proper running of it is a priority. Simply put, it's not a place to like skimp on money on, maintenance. Like, I'm just saying, I think nuclear power plants are a good idea, but one, whoever's in charge of said nuclear power plant, I want them to be smart and to be, what's the word? I feel like it starts with the letter D. Diligent. I feel like they'd need due diligence. I wouldn't want them to be lazy. I'm just saying, I think nuclear power plants would be a good idea, provided the people running them are intelligent and they are careful and cautious. And I feel like we don't cut any corners. Because I feel like if we have people running a nuclear power plant who don't know what they're doing, or aren't cautious, or are lazy, or are cheap, and are cutting corners to save money or make a better profit, I feel like that could result in lots of death. So I'm just saying, on the surface, nuclear power plants are a good thing. I think we should have more nuclear power plants. But I think we should have very smart people running them. And we should not, penny pinch on that stuff. I feel like that's the sort of stuff where we want to take every possible precaution we can. I feel like as long as everything's done by intelligent people and done in a very diligent, I don't feel like that's a situation where you want to try to save money or maximize profits. I think it's you should spend the absolute maximum on making sure things work correctly, so that, because even if it's a small chance of things going badly, that's the cost of that is the cost of a fucking meltdown is best avoided. So I'm just saying, nuclear power plants are good as long as you do everything possible to prevent fucking Chernobyl, which again could have turned out much, much, much worse than it did. But I'm just saying it would be good for the advancement of mankind, but I think we'd have to be very careful. So, yeah, only smart, qualified people, and don't penny pinch. This is pretty heavy, huh? Superhuman abilities, huh? Raji stares unblinkingly at the research notes. Okay. What's down here? Shelves are stacked with old books, documents, all of them written in different languages. What language even is this? I don't understand a word of it. Me neither. Read book, 10%. Well, if only I had more than 10% knowledge. And I failed. I can't make it. At least I tried. Oh, but I can. Touch the second sheet from the top of the stack there. Guys. At the voice's words, I feel a terrible pain in the back of my head. All I can focus on anymore is doing as it says. Touch the parchment. I guess. What happens next is a memory? The memory of all the people who read this parchment flows into my brain? Okay. The flood of information is almost too much for me. However, after I managed to pick out the phrase, powder of Ibghazi, it starts to make sense. Sprinkle this powder and intone the spell that... Is it supposed to be Latin? 3 times to render a spiritual entity corporeal for a short time. Spell parchment added to archive. That's about the size of it. The 4 memories come to an end, but the pain doesn't. You're sweating like crazy, are you okay? Sweat streams down my face. I feel dry, so thirsty. My eyes fix on the fish tank. No, 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 no. No, do not, do not. Do not. Do not. I know we need a Pepsi, but that's not Pepsi. Please don't. It's mostly empty, but there's some kind of slick, iridescent goo sticking to one of the panes. It looks like the most delicious, brightly colored ice cream I've ever seen. Maybe I'll just have a little lick. Hey, don't do that. Please stop me! Thank you! Thank you, Raiji. I appreciate that. Raiji holds me back at the last minute. What were you thinking? Huh? Ice cream. You're crazy. It looks nothing like that. Whilst the others try to calm me down, the pain in my head fades away. I mean, I do like ice cream, but still. Thank you for stopping me, guys. I'm glad you just didn't let me just eat the fish tank stuff. Thank you. So even if you are hiding shit from me, you at least stop me from eating the fish tank. Thank you. We're getting Dairy Queen after this, okay? The pain in my head fades away. I take another look at what I was trying to lick, and maybe I really am going crazy. I'd like to try real ice cream sometime. Yeah, I'll take you to Dairy Queen. Voice in my head. I'm convinced whoever is speaking to me in my head is also responsible for my strange behavior. They're not showing the slightest bit of remorse or concern, though. And they've never eaten ice cream before? What kind of life have they been living? Okay. Bottles of pills and lozenges. One of them is full of liquid instead. What the fuck would I even test it on? Save. Okay, let's see what happens if we test it. Test solvent. Open the bottle and pour a little of its contents onto the table. Okay. Bubbles and fizzes give off a pool of black smoke. The smell of burning fills when the smoke clears. There's a hole in both the table and the floor underneath. Looks like some kind of sulfuric acid. Real strong stuffs, too. Yeah, I feel like that's stronger than actual sulfuric acid. Granted, sulfuric acid would still be enough to kill a person, but I don't think it's quite that strong. I don't think it's going to melt through the fucking floor. Make sure you keep the lid on nice and tight. Obtained solvent. Okay. Medical instruments, small items are stored in here. There's a note written in thin, spidery hand. Passing an electric current through the cells we cultivated slows their functions. The creatures it originally comes from are likely had similar weaknesses. That's another obstacle to overcome. Memo and drawer. Okay. Shelves are lined with bottles of powder, medicine. Okay, look like powder of Ibghazi. Find a bottle of powder of Ibghazi on the label. Obtain bottle. Now you'll be able to make any pesky spiritual entity solid. Okay. Bottles, ointments, and salves. Or salves. I think it's salves. Okay. Well, that's not ominous. Okay. Door is designed to be open inwards, but something is holding it closed from the other side. Okay. $69. After a couple of shoulder barges, the door finally gives way, and so what was holding it shut? Okay. Once the room becomes obvious, what was blocking the door? Its body. Just like the one on the floor above, this one is covered in pale red mold. Yikes. Yep, I understand. Hatsune tenses up, trembling slightly. Naturally, even a laid-back girl like her is unaffected by the sight of a dead body. I'd be worried if she wasn't affected. I ask her if she's okay. I'm fine. It's just they're dead, aren't they? Yeah. As if the presence of the corpse wasn't bad enough, the whole room reeks of death and decay. The smell seems to be coming from a bathtub on the far wall. No way, I can't handle this. Raiji looks pale. The stench probably bothers him even more than the rest of us. We shouldn't hang around in this room for any longer than we should have to. Okay. Let's check the dead body. Corpse-clad hospital gown covered in light red mold. Nothing stands out as significant or useful. Mirror? Just an ordinary mirror. It's dusty, but I can still see my reflection. What? I have a reflection. See? I'm not a vampire. Hatsumi is rooted stiffly to the spot in front of the mirror. I ask her what's wrong. Huh? Does my face look weird to you? No, you look fine. Just look like you're sweating a lot. Think you look cute. But what? Sheesh, come on. Don't tease me. Maybe I was only imagining it just now. Honestly, here's the thing. In this situation, 1, she is cute. But 2, and people say, oh, this isn't the right time for it. No, this is the perfect time for it. Because here's the thing. Something was going on where she's freaking out about her appearance. The best thing I can do is reassure her that she is normal. And by saying she's cute, that uses a bit of humor and a bit of flirtation, which would actually make her feel better about herself and less likely to have a fucking panic attack about whatever she's hallucinating about. So I'm just saying, in this situation, some people could argue, oh, it's improper to flirt with someone during a fucking life and death situation. But even this situation, me flirting with her, is more than likely going to make her not be so freaked out by her hallucination. Also, it's also sincerity. She is cute. But I'm just saying, if the roles were reversed, 1, in general, I'd want someone to tell me that I'm cute. 2, if I'm having some sort of mental breakdown where I'm seeing something horrific in a mirror, I would want somebody to make me feel better and not, go into a panic attack. So I'm just saying I would appreciate if the roles would reverse. It's what I would want. Hatsumi blushes. It's reassuring to see some color returning to her face. And that's also good. The fact that you're having color return to your face shows that your heart is still working in proper function, and as is your brain. Which means, you're not dying right now. So that's good. Everyone's like, you're not a doctor, Lunar. Like, yeah, but I'm trying. Lunar, the doctor. Well, the person blushed when I gave a compliment, so they're not dying. The person's not dead. It's like, they didn't react to my compliment. They must be dead. Okay, all that stupidity aside, main point is this. It really is a sign of good health. Because in order for a person to blush, you have to have increased blood, flow. And the fact you're having increased blood flow, that is a sign of good health. Also, I like that she blushed. And this is a toolbox. Lid open, contents scattered on the floor. Okay, can I look at the contents? A piece of paper on the floor underneath the towel. A memo written in precise, distinctive hand. Shinjo has taken over liaising with the old ones in the basement and handling their requests. Though I don't have all the details, they seem to be conducting experiments involving fungal spores. The cadavers keep increasing, and they show no signs of stopping. Has the director lost his mind? Okay. Shelf is too high for any one of us to reach. Can we, stand on each other's backs? What's this? What's this? Music has changed. The bathtub is full of a dark red liquid. There's no doubt the source of the terrible smell. The edge of what might be a bone is poking out of the surface? You don't think this is tomato soup? You're cracking jokes at a time like this? That's almost impressive. Hey, I use dark humor. Obviously it is human remains. Obviously it's not like, ooh, look, it's a bunch of ravioli and SpaghettiOs. Obviously not. But, me saying, it's full of dead people. As opposed to, is that, Chef Boyardee? Obviously it's not, and we're both going to be, like, slightly pissing ourselves seeing this and wanting to puke. But, you know, at least I'm kind of, like, trying to keep us rooted in reality, calmness. I don't know, I'm just trying to feel better. I don't know a good right word for it, but I'm trying to. Hey, I think I've seen something else in there. She's right, there's a pen and a tape measure among the other things. I don't want to reach it out. Probably came out of the toolbox and this got knocked off the shelf and spilled everywhere during the quake. Something useful could have fallen in too. The drain is blocked, so we can't just empty the tub. One of us will have to reach in and feel around. We're really doing this? We can probably get by without checking in there, right? Just thinking about what I might find in there gives me goosebumps. If I'm going to do this, I should be prepared for some significant psychological damage. One, there's that concern, but also, real life, no. No. Fuck no. I'm like, oh, it might be something useful. Yes, there might be something useful. But no. No, thank you. Looks like the staircase wasn't damaged on the earthquake. Something else is stopping us from using it, though. What is that? It looks like a wall of solid light. Its color warping and rippling like an old oil slick. Oh, how pretty. Is this some kind of hologram? Yeah, it does kind of remind me of a lava lamp. Pretty isn't how I describe it. Looking at the thing makes me feel disoriented. Like my brain can't find anything to focus on. I wonder how solid it really is. Okay, let's touch the wall. The moment I touch the wall, bizarre cosmic images start flowing into my mind. The shock of it sends me staggering back, my head swimming. By the time the dizziness passes, Raiji is helping me up off the floor. Whoa, what was all that about? I'm sorry, if I knew it was going to do that, I'd have tried to stop you. We probably shouldn't try touching this wall directly again. What do we do now that the weird wall is still there? Don't tell me. Would it work? You think this is a spiritual entity or whatever? Even if it is, there's no way a freaky spell is actually going to work. Is there? I mean, who knows what might happen? Have faith. I take a deep breath, chant the spell 3 times, and blow. The way the powder catches the light as it scatters through the air is actually quite beautiful. The sight still has a somewhat unearthly edge to it, though. And it worked! The prismatic membrane disappears, revealing a regular wall with a door. Whoa, seriously? That was amazing! You were like a wizard or something! You're a wizard, Lunar. You went right ahead and did it just said to. You went right ahead and did it just it said to. You've got guts. Having these two admire me doesn't feel half bad. Agreed. I like it. Nothing strange happens when I touch the wall now. We can continue on our way down the stairs. None of us are prepared for what we see next, though. Oh. I don't know how you'd be prepared to see this. Like, what? Like, if you were prepared for this, I have concerns. A slithering mass of dark, iridescent slime blocks our way, reaching right from the floor to the ceiling. It's huge. No kidding. Is that thing alive? Yeah, it appears organic. We have found Genova from Final Fantasy VII. Is Sephiroth on the next floor? The side of the abomination has us all rooted on the spot. Have I seen this before? It looks just like the illustration in that book we just found. Is it? Is it? As I continue to stare at the grotesque creature, it jogs something in my mouth loose in my memory. Empty bottles of medical fluid and a crawling, amorphous shape. The image is there one moment and gone the next. I still can't remember what happened. Whatever it is, it reeks. Let's get out of here before it sees us. But we can't go any further unless it moves aside. Thing makes no move to attack. It just wiggles in place occasionally, spraying its stinky bodily fluid around. It probably hasn't noticed us yet. Maybe we can convince it to scooch up a little bit. Something tells me it's not something that'll listen to reason. This is the only staircase we can access. We got no choice but to make it get out of the way somehow. Hey, what about that acid from the lab? Let's get closer and pour it on this thing. I'm going to have to hang back, though. That stench is too much for me. It's worth a try. We have to do something after all. Okay. 20%. Fuck. Observe. The creature's tentacles move in search of prey. It will probably attack soon. Evade. Yeah, figured. You try to gauge the creature's movements, but its stench makes it too hard to concentrate. 40%. That's our best chance. Fuck. The path is blocked by the creature's viscous body fluids. You can't get close to it. Thick tentacle wraps around you. Okay. 13 damage. Well, we're kind of fucked. Throw the biological solvent at the creature, the strong acid scatters all over it. It will take 3 turns to completely dissolve its body. The strong acid eats into the creature's body. The puddle of gore on the floor is getting bigger. A thick tentacle wraps around you. Player takes 12 damage. Remaining turns until biological solvent takes full attack 2. Evade. Fuck. Try to gauge creature's movements. First aid. Fuck. It doesn't work. Evade. Yay. You observe the creature's movements closely. You are more likely to dodge its attacks than start. The strong acid eats into the creature's body. The puddle of gore on the floor is getting bigger. The creature's wriggling back and forth, emitting a foul stench. Remaining turns until biological solvent takes full effect 1. Damn it. First aid. I am such a failure at everything. Observe the creature's movements closely. You are more likely to dodge its attacks and turn. Acid finally does its job. The creature melts away into nothing. Okay. The last of the monster melts away, leaving only black smoke and an acrid, cloying odor. We skirt around the puddle of biological solvent on the floor and continue onwards. Phew, we're safe. I thought for sure I was going to hurl. What was that thing? This is no ordinary hospital. Everywhere we go, we run into creatures that defy explanation. Whatever's happening here, it goes beyond any kind of normal human experience. Ah, man, that stuff burned a hole in my shoe. Lady Luck, why have you abandoned me? Dude, take your shoe off. That stuff's on your shoe. What are your toes inside the shoe? Interesting choice of words. Raiji treated jumping that massive hole like it was some kind of gamble, too. What me did say one test his luck. Yeesh, I've had a long string of wings lately. I was worried I might have used up all my luck there. At the racetrack, I picked up some good horses for once. I thought they were finally picking up. You go to shady places like that? Wow, you're really different from my brother. Hey, I gotta pay the bills somehow. I figured this is the best bet to use my skills. My vision's really sharp. It helps give me an edge in dice games and slot machines. I'm pretty good at mahjong, too. I can spot people's tells a mile away. Is mahjong really a game you need to, play like poker? Isn't it just something you play, to relax? After we make it out of here, let's get together and play a few hands sometime. Raiji playfully mimes picking up the mahjong tile. Sounds like fun. He gets real talkative when he's about something he likes, huh? I mean, aren't we all? The true identity and motives of that voice are still a mystery. So is this the reason 3 of us were brought here in the first place? That this is that shoggoth cell research we found in the lab? What does it have to do with all this? Day 3 complete. You succeed at not being a failure at life. Yay. Make a new save. Close. We will go to title. Ah, 7 days. Cool. Pictures. Oh, it's supposed to be like a big room. Neat. Okay. I hope everyone had a good day. Bye. An hour and 41 minutes!